You may not remember me because it has been a while since I've made any new content for this channel, and the reason for that is awfully sad and tied to mental health issues, so if you don't mind, we're skipping that topic tonight because we have better things to talk about. We're talking about AG6, Ariana Grande's 6th studio album, Positions. It's been out for a little over a week now, and instead of giving you guys my reaction last week, I decided that I was going to skip it and wait to give you my ranking of all of the tracks on Positions. That's exactly what we're doing tonight. I'll be telling you my picks for my favorites all the way from 14 to 1, and that list starts right now. In the online community of Arianators, or fans of Ariana Grande, I'm known as the oldest Arianator ever because I'm 43 years old and most Ariana Grande fans are not. Now, I might not be the youngest person on the fan list, but I'm certainly among the most devoted, and my bank account can definitely attest to that. So that's why I felt like I was morally remiss if I didn't pop onto my channel and give you guys my reaction to the Positions album because it's been out for over a week now, and more importantly, rank my songs in order from least favorite to most favorite. So that's what we're doing here today. Now, before we do that, this is just a quick reminder that if you've been lurking on Linda's World for some time now and you haven't quite made that commitment to subscribing, or if this is your first visit to Linda's World and you've never seen a video of mine before, might I suggest hitting that subscribe button right there down below this video. And might I be so bold as to suggest the notification bell as well, because then if you hit it, you'll be notified when new videos drop to my channel, and well, Vlogmas is coming, so just saying. Now, we have a lot to talk about with Positions, so I'm just going to dive right into the list. But before I do, let me say, there are no skips on Positions, okay? I said that about Sweetener, and I said that about Thank You Next, and I mean it, and there's no skips on Positions. So I mention this because I don't want people to think that I'm shading any of the songs because, someone's got to be last, you know what I mean? But this is just the best order I could think of at the time, and I love every single one of these 14 songs. So just putting that out there. Number 14 is 6:30, and I like it, and the reason why I put it at 14 is because it's probably the song that, if I'm pressed for time, if I'm almost home and I'm putting my headphones out of my ears or something like that, I'll wind up skipping to get to another one I like more. And also I relate to it the least of all the songs on the album, so I don't hear myself in there at all, and I hear myself in a lot of the other songs, so yeah, that's why it's 14. And on a similar note, number 13 is Obvious for, well, same reasons, I like it, and it's really well done. It's a good song, and I especially like the second half of the song when she starts hitting the notes that are particularly higher, from you, I can't even do it, it's high, and it's really, really good. But again, 6:30, I skip it for saving time, or if I just want to get to the good stuff, or something like that. So that's why 13. And I think everyone's going to get mad at me when I mention number 12 because it's just like magic. Yeah, you see, I like it. I think it's actually really brilliant, and I love the fact that she basically told us her story, of her day, and what she's thinking about. Just like magic, she basically manifests her success. Wake up in my bed, I just want to have a good day, such and such, and she talks about putting her phone down because she wants to be less connected, but then she's reading a book and she wants to be connected, and putting going in the car, going to the studio, listening to some shit she wrote, and that's really brilliant, and it's great, and it takes us on her journey. But again, I find myself liking it, but wanting to get to the ones that I like more, so that's why it's number 12. And a very odd choice for number 11 that most people might not see coming is Shut Up. Now, Shut Up had been a skip for some people, I remember on Twitter when it first came out. Shut Up was the first track on the album, and I think people didn't quite get the thing she was going for. And she said it on the Zach Sang interview. They interviewed via Zoom as opposed to previous interviews when she'd sit in his office. And she said Shut Up is the intro because it's this is where my headspace is at. Negativity has to go away, and she's going to be productive now, and it's how you been spending your time, how you been using your time. You stay so worried about mine, whatever, you're so dumb, so why don't you shut up? She's if you're going to be that negative, and if you're going to kill my vibe when I'm out here trying to do positive and trying to be myself and trying to get TCB, taking care of business, then you should shut up, And it's a small song, and it's 2 minutes long, but yeah. it gets the message across really well. And it slides on into a song that's somewhere on this list that you're about to find out in a minute. So, Motive is number 10, and I like Motive very much, and I love Doja Cat, and Say So is like awesome, and my mother and I actually love Say So. We play it in the car often. And so I was excited when I heard that there was a collaboration with Doja. So I was like, okay, cute. And I like it because you know what? It has like, it's a bop. And I don't use that word because I'm old. I feel stupid. Like, is it a bop or a flop? Like, I feel like an idiot saying that. But it's a bop. You know, like, it sticks in my head, which I like. You know, like, you know, so I want to get this feeling that you really want to turn me on. For some reason, what sticks in my head is when she goes, I see you trying, subliminally trying. That, like, subliminally trying part, like, sticks in my head, and I don't know why. But I like it, and it's number 10 for that reason. Now, number 9 is a song that I kind of feel bad is so low on the list because I like it so much. It's just that, like, it's crowded at the top, you know? And we heard a snippet of the song before the album came out, and that song is Nasty. I have to admit, I was lukewarm on Nasty when the leak happened, like when she leaked the parts of it, like months and months and months ago. And I was like, oh, it's cute. Okay. You know, you got me all up in my feels. I was like, okay, you know. And then it came out on the album, and I said, all right, let me do it. And I put it on, and I was like, you know, like, say it was my time, boy. And I was like, yeah, you know, don't I wait on tonight, I want to get nasty. Which wait for, which wait for. And it was like a groove, you know. It wasn't a bop. It was a groove. And I was like, yeah. And I'll tell you something, Nasty pretty much solidifies the fact that Ariana Grande is no longer a pop star. She's an R&B star. But that could just be me talking, you know. Now, number 8 is Positions. And I felt really guilty putting the title track at number 8. It's just that, like I said, it's so crowded at the top. I love Positions, and I have to tell you that it should probably get like an honorary number 1 anyway, regardless of its position on my list, because of the video. I am still, to this day, like, bowled over. Like, I'm shook. I'm like, brilliant, okay? Ariana Grande in the White House and pinning a medal on the Postmaster General, and her dog's in the snow, and she's flipping them positions for him. You know, she's in the kitchen, she's in the bedroom, she's in the boardroom. She's all over. She's just being a woman. She's not sacrificing her femininity at all, and she's not being less of herself, but yet she's, you know, doing things within the relationship that she doesn't normally don't do, but she wants to do it with this person. Like, I love that. You know, there's some shit that I usually don't do, but for you I kind of want to, because he inspires that in her, and he lets her be that person who's in the White House and pinning a medal on the Postmaster General. You know what I mean? Like, that's so brilliant. And I love Positions, and I love the video. And quite frankly, I'm ashamed that it's only number 8, but that's just a testament to how awesome the next 7 songs are. So 7 is 34 and 35. And I thought about it, and I was like, is it top 5? I don't know. Like, I play it a lot, and I find that I enjoy the crap out of it when I play it a lot. I normally play it when I get out of work. First thing I do is put the earphones in, start walking, and Shut Up comes on, and then 34, 35 comes on. And I love it. I get so excited when it comes on. It's like a weird thing. Like, I get excited. Like, you know, Shut Up stops, and I hear, you might think I'm crazy, the way I've been craving. And I don't know who thought of that lyric, you know, to put it quite plainly, just give me them babies. That's hysterical. And that's the song that I think that if you're like, I'm 43, but like if you're like 13 and sitting in a bedroom at home somewhere, and your mom is like, what are you playing in there? Turn that music down or whatever. And you're like, okay, mom. And you want to like shut that one off and like not tell your mom that you're listening to a song where she's indicating that she wants to 69 with somebody. Then like, you know, I get it. You know, I take my freedoms as an adult for granted sometimes, you know. But it's a cute song, and it's also a bop. And like, it's funny because you could actually miss that that's what she's talking about. You know, she's like, so what you doing tonight, whatever. And she's like, she's basically, I don't want to keep you up, but tell me, can you keep it up? And it's a bop, and it's cute. And you're like 34, 35, what? And then at the end, means I want to 69 with you. And you're like, you know. And I think I got the joke immediately. Like, I knew what the numbers stood for, but that's probably because I'm working with an old lady brain and I've been there. I don't know. Comment down below if before you even heard 34, 35, you knew what it was in reference to. I'd like to know. Because I just want to know if it's me and I'm a dirty birdie, you know. Okay, so we're getting to the top five. We're almost there. And number six, I actually almost put into the top five, and it's switched positions. Haha, switching the positions. With the song that comes next. So I like thought about it, and I hemmed and hawed a bit. And number six is point of view, POV. And like, I call it point of view because I can't say POV. It sounds stupid to me. I'm an English teacher. Yeah, that's right, new viewers. I'm a high school English teacher, so interesting. Now, I love the idea behind point of view, because I'll tell you why. It reminds me of a song that came out in 1986 with, it was Jermaine Jackson, I believe, and Whitney Houston, and the song is called If You Say My Eyes Are Beautiful. And it's my favorite Whitney Houston song, and basically it's, if you say my eyes are beautiful, it's because they're looking at you, and if you could only see yourself, you'd feel the same way too, right? And that's a really beautiful concept about the fact that it's like, I'm like, I see you, and like if you could see you through my eyes, you'd know how awesome you were, you know? And that's what point of view does, because Ariana sings like, I want to love me the way that you love me, and I want to trust me the way that you trust me. Like, she's like, you know, it's like you have superpowers, turn my minutes into hours, and she explains all the wonderful, like, things, not sexual things, like in 34, 35, but emotional things, like psychological healing things that this person in the relationship she's in does for her, and that she wishes that like she could see herself from his point of view, because if he loves her in that respect, then she must be kind of freaking awesome, and she would love to have the self-esteem that he shows to her. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Like, I wanna love me the way that you love me, is what she says. You know that I'm pretty, and you know that I'm ugly too. I'd love to see me from your point of view. That's a brilliant idea. And I've only ever heard it one other time, and that's in the Whitney Houston song, If You Say My Eyes Are Beautiful. And it could, if I'm not a crier, but I could see myself crying over point of view. So, there it is. Number five, because we've hit the top five. Number five is a song that I didn't give that big a chance to until maybe like 3 or 4 days ago, and it's jumped in position, haha, there's that word again, to number five, and it's Safety Net. That is a damn fine song. It took me by surprise. I didn't like dislike it. I played it and I was like, okay, cool. You know, just walking down the block with my headphones, like, all right, cool. You got me tripping, falling with a safety net. And I was like, okay, nice. But one day I was like, just like walking home from work, because that's what I do, and I just was really hearing the production of the song, and like there's this little like tickety-tockety thing in the back that I can't describe because I'm not a musician, and like, just like, you know, I've never been this scared before, and like that part, like, you know, and I was just like, wow, like this is like, it's like deep and it's like heady, and like, I may be outing myself here, but I think you need to like, I think it could be appreciated more if you're on like any mind-altering substance, if that makes any sense, although you could do it straight, and I love it, and I have no explanation for why. And I'm an old lady, so I'd never heard of the person Ty Dolla $ign before, and I was like, what? You know, so I was like resistant, and so I put it on, but like, holy cow, Safety Net is absolutely beautiful. And it speaks to the concept of where it's like, I want to enter into this relationship. Like, this whole album is her history with Dalton Gomez. So, like, you could see that. But, like, and we'll touch on that later with one of my choices, but, like, yeah, like, this is the moment where she's like, okay, I'm terrified to enter into this experience, but I also can't not because I want to do it so much. So, like, you got me tripping, falling with no safety net, you know. Bringing us to a very closely related song, and I said we talk about the relationship because number 4 is off the table. Now, I love The Weeknd, personally. I think he's absolutely brilliant. And I can't even tell you how many times this summer Blinding Lights was playing in my house and on my earphones and in my mother's car and at the beach and, well, everywhere. And also Heartless. I love Heartless. That's like a top song of mine by The Weeknd. Nevertheless, the fact that Ariana and The Weeknd teamed up is like really freaking good. It's like two genuinely talented people from this generation. So I was excited as hell for the collab. And I'm not even like into collabs. Like, everyone's like, ooh, who's she gonna collab with now? And I'm like, can't she sing a song straight? You know? But the collab is awesome. And Amber, how are you doing? The Weeknd and Ariana Grande in one song. I know. So, nevertheless, shout out Amber. So, like, Off the Table is clearly a song about how she's entering into this new relationship for the long haul, but she's uncertain because she is so devoted to a person she can't be with anymore, Mac Miller, since he is like no longer with us. And she's freaking out a little because she's like, I want to know, like, is love completely off the table? Like, am I supposed to do this? Or am I supposed to, as her lyric goes, sit it out and wait for the next life, right? And, you know, that's a good question. You know, you're like, you know, anyone who's ever lost a significant other, like, not like to divorce or to a breakup, but like to death. Like, and it was really complicated because they weren't together when she lost Mac. She was with Pete. So, like, it's like, well, you know, but that was like, had been the one true love of her life. So now here's Dalton, and he's a cool guy and all, and she wants to enter into it. But like, it's like, well, should I? Like, is love completely off the table? Am I like broken now? Like, am I supposed to just be Mac's girl, like in theory, and like hold on to it and like just be, you know, chaste and not do anything? Or should I enter into this thing? Should I make a leap again? You know, and the answer, as they decide at the end of the song, is yes, and it's absolutely brilliant and beautiful, and The Weeknd does such a damn fine job. And I had a lot of respect for The Weeknd before, but I've had like mad respect for The Weeknd since like Love Me Harder. But yeah, damn fine song, and it really, if you haven't played it enough, it deserves a listen. I'm just saying, like, it's beautiful. And you don't even have to know the story of Ariana, Mac, Pete, and Dalton to know what I'm talking about. It just is. Top 3. I got my hair done yesterday for the first time in ages. And all I could think was, so run your hands through my hair, 'cause that's why it's there. And I can't hit Ariana's notes, but my hair. That's a brilliant song. When I first saw the set list, or the track list, I should say, sets of her concerts, I was like, she's singing, that's cute. Like, she's going to sing about her hair, because we all know that Ariana Grande's hair is like her twin, you know, it's her alter ego. Like, it's like almost a person, you know, the ponytail and what have you. So, and I love the way she says in the song, by the way, speaking of which, she's like, you know, spend my dimes and spend my time to keep it real. Sometimes it's tracks. It's like, yeah, sometimes it's her real hair. Sometimes it's tracks. Sometimes she's got the extensions. But, you know, but come run your hands through my hair, because that's why it's there, you know. I want you to touch it softly, like the way you do my mind. That's a brilliant lyric. It's like, it's a cute song. It's groovy. You know, it's not a bop, it's a groove. Again, like I said, she's getting into this R&B groove that I'm loving so much. And like, it's like really grown up, you know, and the horn in the song is like not expected, and it's like not from this era. So it's like, what? You know, what are you, kicking at 50s? And it's brilliant. And like, I love that, just the simplicity of, she's like, you know, I've got, you know, some instructions that you can't be scared to try. I want you to touch it softly, like the way you do my mind. So don't you be scared. Just run your hands through my hair, because that's why it's there. All that she's saying is, hey, I like my hair stroked, so go ahead and do it. And who doesn't like that? That's wonderful. But it's just such a cute spin on the concept, you know, because everyone knows like the inside joke, because Ariana's hair is like really like special. So like, it's just cute. And also, it's such a groove that I can't stop playing it. I hit repeat on that for like a lot, and that's why it's number 3. We have 2 left. At this point, you might be trying to process of elimination this in your head. And well, don't worry. I'm not going to keep you in suspense much longer, because number 2 is Love Language. Love Language, I admit, when I first got the album, it wouldn't load on iTunes, because I like to listen to songs in order. So I got really mad. So I was like, okay, maybe it's on Spotify. So I went to Spotify and I played it, and they gave me this rotation. And Love Language, turns out, was the first song I heard. And I almost felt like I was cheating, because I knew it wasn't track 1. So I played it a little, you know, and it's the first song I heard on the album. And then later, iTunes reloaded and it was fine. And I was in love with Love Language from the very beginning. First of all, it doesn't sound like it comes out in 2020. It sounds like something that came out in like 1978. Like, just saying. And I was alive then, so I know. And, you know, you soothe me, you hold me down with every word you speak. Baby, it's been a minute since I've had something so sweet. And this is I'm ingenious. If you're gonna keep speaking my love language, you can talk your shit all night. You're the medication when I'm feeling anxious. That's the kind of shit I like. I love that. And I know that like some people watching this video might be like, why'd she have to use the word shit? She couldn't say stuff. Well, that's not how Ariana talked, and that's not how I talk either. And it's an honest album, and it's an honest song, and it's awesome. And she's basically saying like, hey man, whatever, like we have conversations that are so awesome together that like I'm happy, and like you're the medication that I'm feeling when I'm feeling anxious. Remember in Breathing when she said, people tell me to medicate, feel my blood running, swear the sky's falling? Well, with this person with whom she's conversing and speaking her love language, she feels fine, and more than fine, and he can talk his shit all night. Okay? And P.S. the pun that is located in the lyric, baby, pardon my French, but do you speak in tongues? That's brilliant. That's all I needed to hear. I was like, mic drop. Like, that was awesome. And I could have cried. It was awesome. It was just like, I have no words. So why don't I just tell you about number one? Those of you playing at home may have process of elimination this already. And those of you who are listening in on this may not understand, because this song has gotten more hate than I think it deserves. My favorite song on all positions is West Side. I can't even, I've played it 5 times today. It's beautiful, and it's well constructed, and the lyrics are awesome, and the idea is cool, and the groove is there, and the production is good, and like, it's just, there's nothing bad about West Side. There's not. Like, I don't even know what to say. Hold up. There shouldn't be no hold up. There's more love if you follow emotions. Show up. No, if you're down to roll up, meet me on the West Side. And that's not the greatest example of lyric, because that's just the chorus. But the idea in the song of like the fact that like, it's like when you're first beginning to hang out with a new person or whatever, and like you're just like, you know, you're marveling at the fact that it's just so good, and you're freaked out because like you're not sure if it's supposed to like really be this good and if it's gonna last, and like that angst that humans get when we enter into a new relationship, or when in that stage where we're just talking to somebody, you know, and like, or when we're about to do more than just talking to somebody, or whatever people call it today. I'm old. I just say boyfriend and girlfriend. And like, it's ingenious when you think about it, because it's so simple, and it touches on that thing that we've all felt before, hopefully, if you've experienced a relationship like that, where it's just like, what is it? I don't want it if it ain't your touch. It's better every time we chill. You ain't gotta bring your no stuff. We got all we need right here. Just let me be in your life like that. Be your wife right like that. I'll bring the life right back. I'll bring the light right back. I'm gonna make you want more. I'm gonna be your new favorite. Tell them you're closing the door. I'll be the only for sure. My mind was blown when I heard those lyrics, and I was like, okay, when people are like, oh, what's your top 5? What's your top 3? I was like, I couldn't hold it in. I'm like, West Side is the best. Like, you know, many years ago, for very different reasons, Jim Morrison of The Doors said the West is the best, and he was right, according to me. So there you have it. That has been my reaction and my ranking to every single song on Positions. And do I sound a little unhinged about it? Probably. But when I talk about stuff that I'm passionate about, well, that's what you get. And that's what you get in Linda's world. And I'm really happy that you hung around to get it. And those of you who have beef with West Side, sorry, that's my favorite song. And those of you who wish that other songs had been higher up in the rotation, well, I appreciate that, but you know, these are the differences that separate us and make us individuals. So there you go. And again, no hate on any songs, because as I said before, there are no skips on Positions. So you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna go play Positions now, because now I'm all hyped up to hear those songs. So I am going to see you guys later this week with a new video, I promise, because that hiatus of mine, yeah, that's not anymore. I'm back, and several different things have put me back in the right spot mentally to do this, and Positions is definitely one of them. So thank you, Ariana Grande, for dropping an album exactly when I needed it, with the theme that I needed to hear. But that's a whole separate story time.